Good morning, Janet Turner to Congressman Ted Lieu. I send the Congressman's best wishes to all of you. My head's a little soggy from the rain. Forgive me. Congressman has been very busy ever since we've gotten past the shutdowns. And so I'm just going to give you a couple of highlights of things that I think might interest you. He has co-sponsored a bill, H.R. 449, Pathways to Improving Homeland Security at Local Level Action. This will help cities and states take advantage of programs so that they can increase their training and be more ready for any homeland security problems or disasters. So, locally, if you have a business, it's good to know if your area is better protected. H.R. 865, Rebuild America's Schools Act. This provides funding for long-term improvements such as infrastructure at schools nationwide. H.R. 978, the Clean and Efficient Cars Act, preserves ambitious federal standards regarding the emissions of greenhouse gases and average fuel economy for cars and trucks through the model year of 2025. And my other friends in Westwood and Brentwood and West LA area really love this one, H.R. 976, the Air Traffic Noise and Pollution Act. I don't know if a lot of you get a lot of helicopters and airplane noise. Sometimes in order to get a bill introduced, they need to have a study done in advance to back it up. And this is one of the ones, this bill actually starts the study on the effect of noise pollution, noise and pollution on on the human system. So that we have a better understanding, so that then when they propose legislation, they can say, well, this is why we're proposing this. H.R. 1043, the Employer Participation in Repayment Act, provides a tax exclusion to any employers who provide payments of qualified education loans to either an employee or a lender. So as businesses, we'll be happy to know that. And the Congressman is also looking at H.R. 1185, the Family Act. This would allow for Social Security to pay for family leave. So not your business. It would be through Social Security to pay for family leave. So it's been a very busy time, and I'm always available to take your questions. Our office will help you, enable you to communicate with federal agencies if you're having any kind of problem, IRS, Medicare, Social Security. Always feel free to call the office about that. And if you have a 501c3, the Congressman is always willing to consider writing a letter of recommendation if you are applying for a grant. Sometimes those are most helpful. So I know Rusba is also contributing to our annual art comp. If you know any high school students, by March 15th, if they live or go to school in the California 33rd District, they can submit their artwork. And what's very cool is the first three prize winners get scholarship money, but the first prize winner also gets a trip to Washington, D.C., and their artwork actually gets hung in the Capitol. And I must say, I've been to D.C., and it was like such a thrill for me to see our students' artwork hung there. So I hope I didn't take too long. I'm always available to you, and thanks so much.
Good morning. How is everybody? I'm Jeff Ebenstein from Councilmember Koretz's office. This is our district. Thank you for having us. Good to see you. And our district is 405 to Highland, down to the 10, and then we cover Encino as well. So, the boundaries are all over the place, but kind of west side, mid-city, Palms, Hancock Park to Encino. And Westwood is a very inspirational place. It's a dynamic place. It has a lot of community organizations. I think it has the most in the entire city. There's the Westwood Neighborhood Council, the new Westwood Neighborhood Council. There's the West LA Chamber. There's the Westwood Business Improvement District. There's the Westwood Property Homeowner Association. There's the Homey Hills Homeowners Association. There's the Comstock Hills Homeowners Association. So there's a lot of energy, a lot of positive, good energy into revitalizing the area. That's for sure. I hear stories about the heyday of Westwood, how there used to be lines around the block. It was kind of the spot in the entire city. And many factors played into that. Just the growth of more options is one of them. 3rd Street, the Grove. So things are changing, but this renewed effort, I think, is a whole renaissance for this community. And thanks in part to Roosevelt really revitalizing the chamber. That's one of the important things. But there's a lot of exciting restaurants coming into the area. There's a lot of exciting businesses coming into the area. One of the issues is parking in this area has always been an issue. So the Broxton parking garage is a city facility, and it has 2 hours free. And it had monthly parking in there forever. And so we're getting rid of the monthly parking to allow more patrons to come for turnover so they can actually use the businesses. And then we're working to uniform all the parking in Westwood Village. Because you have private and public entities. So we want to kind of get everyone together and come up with a uniform system. We also just passed a pilot program where all the parking meter money will go back to Westwood. Before it went to the city's general fund and disappeared into nowhere. So now it's going to come back into revitalizing Westwood Village. We're also a pilot program with DOT. There's a new app, Park LA, where you can actually find a space in an app. So, we're trying to utilize technology and bringing everyone together. So a lot of exciting things for this area. I look forward to working with you, whether it's, a pothole, something, especially after the rain, we're going to have a lot. Asphalt's water soluble, so after we patch it, it erodes it right away. And we have 400 square miles of streets in LA. Manhattan would fit in the San Pedro area, so we have a big jurisdiction we have to fix. But we're here from that to the macro level as well. So you have my information, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you for having me.
We have Mr. Ramin Nadery from Los Angeles Public Library, and I would love to invite him to give us some announcements.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me today. My name is Ramin Nadery from Los Angeles Public Library System. We are a huge library system, and we are all over the city, 73 locations, more than 100 departments serving the city of LA. I'm working with the West LA Regional Library, and we started a partnership with the Chamber of Commerce, as well as West LA Farmers Market and some businesses in our neighborhood, including Delphi Restaurant, Food Safety Associates, and also the Soil Rebellion of Long Beach. We put together a program that I'm highlighting today on the table back there. We wanted to focus on the West LA food culture as a diverse, vibrant food culture that is difficult to find in any other place than LA, and specifically West LA. And we thought about this, we talked with our partners, and we decided to focus on Persian cuisine as one of the cuisines that have contributed to the West LA food culture, to begin our journey of understanding the food culture in West LA. So we put together 6 programs. We start from an opening program, people come in, sew together, and then we will have a food safety workshop thanks to Dr. Manis. The participants will get certified to handle food, and then we will have an author talk with a distinguished author of a Persian cookbook that is very well received all across the country and in Canada and some other countries. The book title is Bottom of the Pot. She will be coming and talking about her experience as an immigrant actress who started her authorship business. And then we will have a cooking workshop, we will have a community conversation where the cohort that have participated into our program series will share their newfound knowledge of the West LA food culture with the rest of the community. And we're hoping if this program goes well, we expand our program to the other cuisines, including Japanese, Chinese, Israeli, that have contributed to the West LA food culture. I set up a table back there. I'll be there. If you don't have a library card, I can sign you up right here, right now. And if you're interested in taking part into our fabulous book to action program, I'll be more than happy to sign you up. If there's any question, I'll be back here to answer. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
We have Mr. Mike Harrigan from Gas Company, and apparently they have some presentation for us. Thank you so much. Please join us.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the audience this morning. This is a beautiful facility. I want to talk to you a little bit about renewable energy, greenhouse gas, and what SoCal Gas is doing to aid in the reduction of that. And some of you may or may not know it, but California has the worst air quality in the country. And I stated that once before in a presentation, and somebody challenged me, and that no, that's not the case. And he Googled while I was talking, and he realized that that is the case. Is that we have very bad air quality. Some of you all of you look young, but some of you may some of you may remember the days of the old RTD bus system, and when you would drive behind the bus, and when they would accelerate, all this black soot would rise up, and you hurry up and roll up your window because you didn't want to breathe all that in. But we don't have that anymore. One of the reasons why we don't is because of compressed natural gas. MTA went to a compressed natural gas system where you don't have that same exhaust, as well as a lot of the other municipalities, waste haulers, large trucking industries where they're moving goods. They've all gone to compressed natural gas, so we don't have the same sort of pollution that we have from diesel particulates. It's still a little prominent on our corridors, on our transportation corridors, the 5, the 10, the 99, as we move goods throughout the state. But there are many reasons why our air quality is bad. That's just one of them. Another one is the agricultural industry. That's kind of what I want to talk to you about, is that SoCal Gas's answer to mitigate some of the greenhouse gas that is rising up into the atmosphere is with our green tariff concept. But when you think of renewable energy, you normally think of wind and solar. But that's not the only renewable energy that exists. There is such a thing as renewable natural gas. And where renewable natural gas comes from is one of the largest contributors of greenhouse gases in this state is the agricultural industry. So it's the dairies and landfills and what have you, and those areas release methane into the air, and it's not being captured, it's just going up into the atmosphere. So what we are able to do is we're able to capture that methane from the dairies and the landfills, and we can we can capture that, put it into a digester, convert it to what we call biogas, clean it out, and then actually put it into our pipelines. So this is being done right now. If any of you have ever visited Hyperion down by the coast, Hyperion takes those solids that come into their facility, they put it into a digester, they heat it up, cook it, basically, and the methane that comes up, they sell it to scattergoods. Scattergoods use it to operate their electrical generation system. So this is something that is occurring right now. It's not pie in the sky, it's new. It's also something that other countries are doing. So we have a request into the CPUC so that we can provide renewable natural gas to our customers. Next slide. So if we do this, this will help us to meet the very aggressive climate goals that our former governor instituted, is to reduce, to bring those greenhouse gases down and to reduce our carbon footprint. Next slide. So basically, what is the green tariff? So because we are a regulated company, we can't do anything without the approval of the CPUC. So currently, renewable natural gas is already in our pipeline. Companies, transportation companies like the Big Blue Bus, they run 100% renewable natural gas. Culver City Transportation, Culver City Bus, 100% renewable natural gas. And so this is going through our pipeline now, the renewable gas. They purchase their gas from third parties. They can't purchase it from us because we're not allowed to sell renewable natural gas. So with the tariff, the next one. So with this tariff, it will allow us to sell renewable natural gas to our customers who want to purchase it. And the way it's set up is that there are companies that want to be green. And so they're willing to have renewable natural gas as part of their portfolio. So with the tariff, they will be allowed to decide if they want 10, 20, 30, 100% renewable natural gas as part of their portfolio. For residential can do this as well. There is a commitment whereas once they enroll, residential has to stay into the program for a year, businesses for 2 years, and then after that it becomes a month-to-month. C&I, which is what's mentioned here, that is commercial and industrial. So a lot of our commercial and industrial customers, think hospitals, large industrial like Chevron, forging companies, folks like that, they use a lot of natural gas. So they purchase their gas from third parties because they use so much of it. So if it is renewable, then they can also get that from us as well. So we've already made the filing February 22nd. So my ask for the chamber, next slide. My ask for the chamber is just that you would consider writing a letter just saying that you support the tariff, you support having renewable natural gas being an option so that businesses can decide for themselves as to whether or not they would like to participate. That's it. Do you have any questions?
Is there a price differential between renewable gas and non-renewable?
Yes, there is a price differential because this is new. That's one part of the tariff. And there are a lot of companies that are willing to pay more because it's green. But as this program continues to go with the early adopters and with the credits and rebates and things that the federal government will provide, then that price will come down and actually equalize out, which is one of the reasons why a lot of the transportation companies use renewable natural gas, because it does cost more, but they get credits for using it.
How does this initiative compare with that federal bill that was introduced?
I'm sorry, sir?
How does this compare? Is this the same as this bill that's been introduced as far as renewable energy
So this, the green deal, is that what you're referring to?
You know, it's not about renewable energy, it's supposed to be looking at dollars.
Yeah, so this is part of the renewable energy portfolio. We want to make sure that renewable natural gas is considered as a renewable. It's new, so a lot of folks don't understand what renewable natural gas is. So that's why we're here this
I
to.
understand it's kind of, it's in that same ballpark.
Yes, it is part of it. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
I'm sure everyone wants to hear more, but we are